In today's tutorial, we're going to be learning the continuous head swipe. Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. I am AJ47 from Seoul Mavericks Crew, London, England. Make sure you follow the crew here, and this office, this amazing office, is credited to Global Street Art. They've been helping me out to allow me to use the space to make you guys some fantastic tutorials. So I have made a video before detailing on the beginner version of the head swipe and a basic head swipe from your back to baby freeze. All right, I went into great detail on that video and it's really cool. You should check it out. Click the white card at the top here and that will redirect you to the video. You should learn that one first if you've never done a head swipe before, and then come back to this one to learn the continuous head swipe. So make sure, if you're also interested, check out my swipe tutorial here, which is, it's a very similar movement style. Some might find the swipe easier than the head swipe. I actually learned the head swipe before I learned the swipe, way before I learned the swipe. So I found the head swipe much easier because I'm lower to the ground and I have more control. However, some people have found that to be the other way around. So without further ado, let's get into the continuous head swipe tutorial. Are aware, you can practice using a head spin hat or a hat. I personally don't like the hat because it knocks off my coordination and it also comes off a lot. However, your head's going to burn after a while depending on the surface of your floor. So hopefully you practice this on a nice smooth slidey floor and then you won't get bald spots or patches while learning this, okay? So the integral part of the head swipe is the icy ice movement to transition between. There are other variations of the head swipe where you can do it without this, but the variation that I'm teaching you is with the glide, okay? So it's very similar to how I do my halos, and this is why I'm choosing to show you this, because once you've learned this, then the next Powermove tutorial based off of this one will be learning halos continuously. So the transition is exactly the same. And in fact, I learned head swipes first, and then I learned halos because of my technique in head swipe. Allow me to explain a little bit about the icy ice. You're basically in a freeze position with your head on the floor and you're gliding around in a circle. So it's like this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from my back, I'm going to perform a head swipe, catch onto my master hand, my strong hand. I'm going to push with my opposite hand, which is my right, which will initiate the glide. And at the same time as I push, I'm going to swing through my master leg, my power leg, which is my left. Okay, so if you're right-handed, your master leg will be your right leg and you will power through with your right leg. So I'm going to show you what that looks like without performing the head swipe. So I'm just going to go head swipe from my back into an icy ice, okay? So check that out. I'm going to go from here, up, round, swing. Okay, and that's a nice icy ice. I didn't go too high up, I didn't go too low. It was a nice little circle and made me drag around pretty much. And obviously before you fall out of the glide either into a windmill or come back onto your feet like I just done there, you tap your foot down and then you propel around into a head swipe again. I'm going to do the same thing again, but this time I'm going to tap and go to a second one. Okay, you remember when your foot comes down, you have to twist your hip. So at the time, going to be like this, and you have to twist your hip as you glide to be here, all right? Then this arm is going to throw over. So it all happens quite quickly, but you can slow it down in between and then charge up again. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate going from my back to one head swipe and then gliding round, tapping my foot on the floor, pushing up with my leg so I stay on top of my head to spin round and do a second one, okay? Do the prep that you already should know because you've watched the previous video. I'm gonna go from here, I'm gonna push up, push, swing, drop and round. Right, ready, from your back, head swipe, icy ice glide, tap your foot, head swipe again, all right? Icy ice, tap your foot, head swipe, freeze.
Once you have your first 2 head swipes, essentially you have continuous head swipes, so well done. You want to be able to hit your 2 head swipes 5 times in a row to make sure that you definitely have the technique down. Apply the same formula when increasing the number of head swipes. You can also apply this to learning any other power move. Up next is a conditioning technique which really helped me out a lot.
Okay, so now here's another way to practice the control of the head swipe. This is probably the hardest way to learn it. But once you can do it this way, you can pretty much do the head swipe most of the time, if not all the time. And that's directly from a chair freeze, all right? This is why I mentioned earlier that you're gonna need the chair freeze. So you go into this position here, like this, and you're literally gonna bounce this leg up and then take off and go into a head swipe. Ready? Like so, all right? Now, that involves a lot more strength and a lot more power because you're going from static, you're going from nothing basically. So if you're patient practicing from the chair freeze, doing a head swipe back to a chair freeze, over time, over repetition, and I mean volumes, don't fatigue your body, over volume training. So that means you go to roughly about 80% and rest so your body can fully recover. Your muscles around the joints will get super strong, and your coordination, because you're not using momentum, you'll be able to generate power from almost nowhere. A common mistake for the head swipe is that when you're doing continuous head swipes, your torso slows down after the second, the third rotation. So what does that mean? It means that when you're pushing off of your arm, you have to rotate as fast as you can to get back around to your chair freeze or baby freeze. If you get to the baby freeze, you're fine because you can kind of then glide and go back to the chair freeze, all right? But you have to really, once this hand leaves the floor, once your master hand, your strong hand leaves the floor, you have to punch around and catch again. All right, so it's very much like doing a spin like I just did. I'm pushing off the floor and then punching around. Push, punch, catch. All right, that's your main goal, is to get back around to your strong hand again. All right, there are other variations of this move where you transition to the other hand and then back to this one. But that's not the one that I'm teaching you today. And there you have it, the continuous head swipe tutorial. Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that if you found anything confusing in this video, or if there's beginning bits that I've missed, I've deliberately missed them because I'm not explaining how to do one head swipe, I'm explaining how to do the continuous head swipes. So please check out this other video, which is linked in the description below, or here. I think I've probably run out of cards, I've already listed it twice. But do check that video out if any of this was confusing for you, all right? And once you've learned this, let me know down in the comment section and we'll make a Halo tutorial. And there you have it, the head swipe tutorial. One of my favorite moves. Love the head swipe. Now you've got it continuous, or at least you will after you've practiced to this video. There's so much you can do with it, so many transitions. It's a great safety move as well. You can practically fall out of almost any move and save it with a head swipe. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you hit any difficulties, any walls. If you follow me on Instagram, you can send me some videos of your practice, because some people have been doing that already. So follow me on Instagram, hit me up, send me a video of your progress, and I'll try and help you best as I can. And it's easier for me if I can visually see where you're going wrong, and then of course it helps me to make better tutorials in the future. So if you are new, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it really helps out the channel. Leave me a comment down below of the next things that you'd like to learn, or anything else that you'd like me to cover a little bit more in depth if I missed something on this tutorial. And I'm gonna chat to you guys soon with more power tutorials. Peace.